Warriors back in the day where they were the 8th seed and beat the Dallas Mavericks, who were the 1st seed. So I've been a long-term Golden State Warriors fan. And really what hit me is, the Warriors, if you aren't following basketball, you summarize them as this. They've been, one of the best teams the last 5 years, have had records that had never been done before. And then this year, the last 2 games, they've started 5 people on the team who weren't even on the team last year. And that just doesn't happen very often. Starting a couple of rookies and frankly not playing great basketball the first several games. And then something hit me. As a real estate investor, what the Warriors are going through now really kind of relates to things that I've done the last 15 years in real estate. And I've come up with 5 things. I'd love to hear what you think. I'm bored out of my mind on an elliptical machine, so my mind wanders. These 5 things could be crazy, but I thought I would share them with you and see what you think. So number 1, you've heard me say it lots of times. Real estate is a people business. And, people need to like you. You need to respect them. How you behave can impact future decisions. And again, if you don't know, there was a big blow up last year between 2 of the stars called free estate agents, or buyers or sellers. They can just choose to work with someone else. And this star player made a decision to go somewhere else. Now, there were probably lots of reasons for it, but it certainly didn't help that one of the star players accused him of, basically not nice things. And again, how many times in real estate have you had the opportunity to blow up at somebody and just not do it? Don't do it. It's not worth it. Take a breath, do something else, because real estate investing is a people business, and how you act today can impact deals from years from now. So take a breath is my suggestion, and don't blow at people, because you blow up at someone, that someone tells someone else, and pretty soon you've lost business. So that's number 1. Too confident. This is a hard business. Winning games in the NBA is hard. Winning games in the NBA year after year is hard. Lots of things have to go right for this to make sense and for your business to keep afloat. If you're going to be a flipper or a wholesaler, which is basically a job, don't get confident. Don't think you have it solved, because the market will change. You won't be paying attention to the numbers, and you will start losing money. If you're going to be a buy and hold person and only take a couple of swings at it, maybe 1 or 2 a year, you're going to be fine. But if you're going to be a real estate investor who has a pipeline and hard money and private money and has all these other things that have to go right, don't get cocky. It's a hard business, just like winning games in the NBA. So that's number 2. Number 3, sometimes the seemingly worst things that could happen to you turn out to be a good thing. So let me explain. Maybe you did a bad deal and you're holding on to it and you can't do the next deal or whatever. And you think, oh, woe is me. But if the market turns and this one deal, which maybe you lost 30 or 40 grand on, prevents you from losing a couple of $100,000 on having too much inventory and too much carrying costs, could be a great thing. In the Warriors, in the NBA, basically the better you are in the season, the lower your draft pick is. And that's why the great teams can't stay great forever, because people just age, and this is a young man game, and eventually the stars, don't perform. And hence the lottery was invented, and the worst team has the best chance at the first pick, and all of that things. So in the Warriors, where the Warriors sit, they were the best team, or one of the best teams, for 5 years in a row, so they haven't had a very low draft pick. This year, because of injuries, it's very likely they're going to end up in the lottery. And yet, they're going to get most of their stars back for next year. So while there may be 1 year of pain, they may be able to accelerate the rebuild process because of how the injuries lined up. And they just cascaded on each other and all of that. In addition, the Warriors now have battle tested their rookies to see who they want to keep, who they might want to trade, and really set up a really accelerated rebuild process. So while this year is painful, no doubt, to be a season ticket holder, which I am, you can choose to look at this as kind of a blessing, because instead of limping through the next 3 or 4 years where you're kind of the middle of the pack, we may shortcut that and start the rebuild process. So when you take yourself out of the moment, you can sometimes see a bigger picture. So that's number three. Um, Another is the Warriors right now are, you can see they're trying, right? But you can see just in 5 games that their rookies and their young players are exerting effort. Do they get it right all the time? No. Do they get it right most of the time? No. But you can see just in 5 games that they're making improvements. This is just like real estate investing. Sometimes when you've got to have action. I heard somebody call it imperfect action. Stop thinking, start writing offers, write low offers, get in the game, do some work, see what happens, and you'll be better for it. There is nothing like getting in the fight to battle test you. And we are going to have some rookies with real mileage on them later in the year. And if our stars come back and if we can stay close to that 8th seed, you never know. Maybe we'll sneak into the playoffs and go surprise some teams. So who knows? So that's number 4. And then the last thing is, it's never about one season or one game. The NBA is a year in, year out thing. Teams and players come and go, just like real estate business. You've got to be in this for the long haul. It's a generational business. You know, the Warriors in 2030 won't be the Warriors of 2020, but yet we'll still be going to the games. We'll still be having fun. We'll still be having date nights. And it's just like real estate investing. You've got to be in it for the long term. You can't put all your chips on one table, and if it blows up, be out of the game. So in the end, I really do think there's lots of positive things that we can all learn from the Golden State Warriors experience, coming from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows, taking yourself out of the moment and seeing what's possible. This happens in real estate all the time. People get cocky, the market turns, a deal goes bad, and it's how you deal with it. It's how you look at it. So in the end, I think there really are 5 things you can learn from the Golden State Warriors, especially around real estate investing. It's a people business. Never get too confident. The worst things can actually be a blessing. In the beginning, effort or imperfect action is better than nothing. And lastly, it's not about 1 year. This is a long-term business. Okay. All right, everybody. Take care. Let me know what you think. Bye.